Hi everybody, I'm Cambridge English teacher Rory from studentlanguages.com, and if you want to know how to pass the C1 Advanced, that's CAE Use of English paper, part 4, then keep watching this video and I will show you how to do that. And don't forget to watch until the end of the video, because then I'm going to show you how you can access a CAE video course with over 2 hours of content completely free. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm firstly going to show you a page on my website which tells you about this strategy, because it might be useful for you to read it after this video. So you can go to studentlanguages.com/forum, and then if you also want to contribute and add new topics or speak with native teachers and other students preparing for these exams, then you can sign up to this forum, and I will put a video showing you how to do that above me. So once you've come to this page, you need to scroll down through the topics until you get to CAE C1 Advanced Use of English, and in this section there is CAE Use of English Part 4. And if you click on that, a new page will open. And here we have a topic which I wrote with some really useful information for you and the strategy. I'll just show you quickly some of the other useful information in here, which is a link to my C1 Advanced Use of English page of my website. You can also access this in the menu bar at the top by clicking on Use of English under C1 Advanced. That's a really useful web page if you want to prepare for the other parts of the Use of English as well. But you're here today to learn the best strategy for passing part 4 of the Use of English paper. And so let's have a look at my 4 key steps for passing this part of the exam. Now, this is a really tricky part of the exam that a lot of students struggle with, keyword transformations, but using this strategy will help you get higher marks in the exam. So, what I say is the first step is to just read the top example sentence that they give you, the complete example sentence. The second step is to read the word that they give you and identify what type of word it is. Is it a noun? Is it a verb? Is it an adjective? If you want to learn more about word endings and sentence structures, there's a really useful page on my website about this, and I will put a link here for you. So once you know the type of word, you then want to check its meaning. How can you use it in a sentence? A really useful thing to think about is, can you use it in an expression or a phrasal verb? Because these are often tested in part 4. Phrasal verbs, expressions, collocations. And if you get a good course book, you should be able to study the typical phrasal verbs, collocations and expressions that come up in this exam. And I actually have another page on my website which goes through these. It gives you some reviews about the different books, and it shows you some other really useful resources to use. So you should check that out, and I will also put a link in this video for you that you can see, but also in the description with this video. So get a good course book, and then you can prepare by learning the types of phrasal verbs, expressions and collocations which might come up in the exam. That is going to get you much higher marks, not only for this part of the Use of English paper, but for the exam in general. It's really useful to know the type of vocabulary that you need. Okay, step number 3 is to make sure that your words correlate, which means if you've written a subject, make sure the verb matches the subject. Now, A lot of students, especially from Latin-speaking countries like Spain and Italy, they forget the S on the end of third-person verbs. He goes, not he go. So make sure that type of thing, that they match, and make sure if you have, for example, a singular noun, that you have a singular article before it. Now, tip number 4 is practice, practice, practice. The best way you can prepare for this part of the exam is just to do lots and lots of example questions. One of my students recently, preparing for the B2 first, did a whole list of 250 different types of questions, and by the end of it he was pretty good. So just practice, practice, practice. If you want more resources, again, there is a link in the description with this video with resources where you can practice. Okay, so I thought it would be really useful for you guys to see how I use this strategy to complete some example questions from a past paper. So I'm going to show you how I do that right now. And in the next few weeks, I'm going to be releasing more examples of how to complete keyword transformations. And at the end of the video, I will put links to those new videos for you to watch. And I hope those will be really useful. But for now, this is how I use my strategy to complete the part 4 keyword transformation questions. Okay guys, so now let's use this strategy that I've taught you, or that I talk about here in my forum, with an example question. So I've taken an example question from an old sample paper, which I actually found at Zuski Park website. So let's first have a look at my strategy. Number 1, read the example sentence they give you. My brother now earns far less than he did when he was younger. So when he was younger, he earned a lot more. Interesting. Normally it's the opposite of this. Identify the type of word they give you. Nearly is an adverb, and it's the opposite of far, or near is the opposite of far, and they give us the word far here. In fact, they say far less. And then I say, think about its meaning. Okay, well, the meaning of nearly is the opposite of far. Well, near is the opposite of far. Okay. Think how you can use it in your sentence. Okay, so could be my brother earns nearly as much now as he did when he was younger. But does that make sense? Because that would mean they're close. He earns nearly the same as he did when he was younger, but in the sentence they give us, it's actually far less. So it's the opposite of this, in fact. And this is present simple at the moment, so let's change this to negative. Does not earns nearly as much now as he did when he was younger. That's a possibility. Do your words correlate? For example, do the subject and verbs agree? Okay, so the subject, my brother, does not earns. Okay, well this isn't correct. Now we need to remove the S because we have does. Does not earn. Okay, and that's why you should always read your answer fully a second time so you can look for these types of mistakes. Now I did this deliberately to make a point to you guys, but in the exam it's very easy to do that. So make sure you read over your work again. And a classic mistake that especially Latin learners make is they actually forget the S on third person verbs in the present. So watch out for that. But now does this make sense? My brother does not earn nearly as much now as he did when he was younger, which is more or less the same as saying he earns far less than he did when he was younger. And what you can do if you want to use these examples, which have actually come from the Cambridge Advanced Handbook for Teachers, there should be an answer key in there as well for you, so you can check the answers. But I know that this is correct. And it's possible that there could be variations on this. You could change the word earn to make, for example, and that's why you should check the answer key, because it will show you those variations. But yeah, that is a good answer for now. Our strategy has worked. We have the correct answer. Okay guys, so I hope you found this video really useful. If you want to get my full Use of English course for a 90% discount, you can do that. It's got over an hour and a half of videos with tips and techniques and strategies, and it's just the most comprehensive tool I have to help you pass this exam. So if you want that, I'll put a link in the description. Otherwise, you can check out my YouTube videos, etc., etc. And if you enjoyed this lesson, I would really appreciate it if you gave the video a like, and also if you share it with your friends and family. But something that's also really important for me and helping my business grow, but also helping other students find my work, is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you think it's useful, the videos that I'm making, and you think other students will find them useful, please subscribe. You need a Gmail or a YouTube account to do so. And also what you can do is click that bell notification, and then you will receive my latest videos as soon as I make them, which can be really useful for you if you are preparing for this exam. I make about 2 new videos every week. Okay guys, I'm gonna do some more videos about keyword transformations in part 4 of the Use of English paper in the future, along with some real examples from my live lessons with students. So keep watching for those. Remember to click subscribe and click that bell notification, and then you will know when these videos are released. But thank you very much for watching. If you want to access your free video course, you can do so now by going to this video. This will explain everything you need to do. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you in a few days with my next video. Take care. Bye bye.